Well, hello there. Welcome to Larry's Country Diner. So good to have you along. We got some great picking gonna go on here today. Nadine will be here a little bit later on. Right now, I would like for you to meet our host. He's the star of stage, screen, radio, and traffic court, Larry. He gooses me too. Yes, I hear you're a star in traffic court.
It was better than me throwing this on you.
Well, that's true.
I was getting encouragement from Michelle and from Paul over there.
No. Hey, don't turn on me. I know too much.
All right, promise of the day is, but in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him. That's Acts 10:35. Lord, grant us the determination to overcome all obstacles in our discovery of your love. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I like the way this closes. That way you know it's over.
It takes so little, Larry. It takes so little.
Entertainment at the diner.
92.
Is anybody going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona?
Yeah.
Rich Eckhart, give me a number between 1 and 302.
47.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Good call.
No kidding.
Can you do that duck walk thing?
No, I can kind of play that lick, though, but I
Can
can't.
you?
But not while doing the duck walk.
I used to do the duck walk when I was about 18. I know.
Harold, give me a number between 0 and 34.
33.
Now some folks say that the tramp won't steal, but I caught 3 in my cornfield. I'm on my way. I'm going back.
Cowboy Copas, right?
Yeah, Cowboy Copas. You're right.
Shane Owens, right there.
Shane. Yes, sir.
Shane, Zach Farnham, who's a young man who has been in publicity, he is helping me organize my files. And he said, have you ever heard Shane Owens? And I said, no. And he said, you ought to. So we punched you up on the web and I saw what you'd done. And we had a spot in the show to invite you. I'm glad you're here. I want to know about you. What do you do? I mean, I know what you do.
Well, first of all, I sing real country music.
That's right.
There you go.
And
Tell me something about you. You got a wife and 2 kids.
I've got a beautiful wife and 2 boys. I grew up in the great state of Alabama,
Yeah. What part of Alabama?
a little town called Sampson.
What?
Sampson.
Samson.
It's barely on the map. You have to look real hard.
Close to where?
Dothan.
Oh, okay.
In
Dothan,
Panama
I know.
City Beach.
Yeah, Dothan, I know. I grew up in Mobile.
Roll Tide.
That's
I said it real low.
That's the softest he's ever said that.
That's right. Because I've got a son here who would say what? Eat.
Oh, my. Bless his heart.
He met his wife in Auburn, at Auburn. And I'm checking boots. You got them boots on.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta have them.
Didn't get them from Boot Data though, did you?
Yeah. Say you did even if you didn't.
I did.
No, we don't have to. Is this a new project for you? Have you been doing this for a long time?
I've been doing this for 15 years.
Wow.
Going on 16 years, but, I tell everybody the stars finally aligned. I believe that, and, it takes everybody coming together to make a project like this work, so I believe we're finally getting where we want to be.
I heard you when you were just warming up a little bit. Why don't you give us something and then we'll talk?
Okay.
All right,
Yes,
hit
sir.
us. Shane Owens.
She left the light on. She was waiting up, looking out the window for my pickup truck. And when I walked in, it got under my skin when she asked what was her name, of all things.
She could have nailed me for staying out late, drinking with the boys, shooting that 8-ball, losing track of time. Dang it, I forgot to call. But what hurts me most is that she lost faith. Thought I broke the vows we made, when all the beer in Alabama couldn't get me drunk enough to even think twice about someone else's love. I shouldn't blame her, 'cause it ain't her fault. I never found a straight line that I could walk. When I slipped on that ring, I made a list of things I promised her I'd quit, and I'll admit she could have nailed me for staying out late, drinking with the boys, shooting that 8-ball, losing track of time. Dang it, I forgot to call. But what hurts me most is that she lost faith. Thought I broke the vows we made, when all the beer in Alabama couldn't get me drunk enough to even think twice about someone else's love. I said I was sorry for what I put her through, but she wouldn't listen. She didn't want to hear the truth. She could have nailed me for staying out late, drinking with the boys, shooting that 8-ball, losing track of time. Dang it, I forgot to call. But what hurts me most is that she lost faith. Thought I broke the vows we made, when all the beer in Alabama couldn't get me drunk enough to even think twice about someone else's love. She left the light on as he was waiting up.
Yeah.
That's a good line. Did you write that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wrote that song with Philip Douglas and Dan Murph.
Wow. That's a neat line. All the beer in Alabama.
That's good, and it's different than what you think it would
It
be.
is.
Yeah.
We tried to fool everybody.
Yeah, you did. I was just looking at the back of this. Executive producer, Steve Popovich Jr., who's back here, and it's on his label, Amaramount, and Randy Travis.
Yes, sir.
We had Randy on one of our shows recently on a Country's Family reunion thing, and he was. Everybody knows that Randy had a stroke, but he also isn't letting that stop him. And every time that camera hit him, his smile was so big, he was having a ball. And we're going to have him on another Wednesday night prayer meeting that we do. He and Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mary have agreed to do that. So I'm glad to see Randy's doing some stuff.
He's a great, country legend, Hall of
Oh,
Famer.
he is. Sure is.
Very honored to call him a friend.
I hope he comes back strong. Sometimes that's not on the cards, but it would be nice if he did. We'll be back with Shane Owens in a minute. Get us out of here.
Oh, yeah. Randy's a huge fan of yours. I happen to know that. We got more music from Shane Owens. And have you met Nadine? Oh, you're in for a shock. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. Good to have you along today. And that right there, that's Larry. You can
Right
believe
here.
me. Yes, right there.
I got it. This is my sweet tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh! A fun fact. I got a good one for you.
What?
I got a good one for you.
What
I'm
is it?
moving to Japan. Did you know that in Japan, sleeping on the job is acceptable because it's a sign that you're so exhausted from working so hard? I'm moving to Japan.
Renee,
What?
Remember that.
He's moving to Japan.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh.
Sleeping on the job is acceptable in Japan.
You gotta listen to the whole statement.
Yes.
You can't just,
Larry, I work.
yeah, right.
You're in trouble.
Here she
Oh,
is.
here she comes.
Lady.
Boys, I warned you.
Hey, lady.
Don't be warning them.
Hey,
you
did
doing?
you know he's moving to Japan?
That's right.
Who's moving?
Me.
Says he
You
is.
are?
Yeah, sleeping on the job is acceptable over there.
That's a good place for you.
I knew you'd like that.
I know you speak their language.
That's right.
How you doing?
Good,
Good
man.
to have you, Shane.
Glad to be here.
And you boys.
The boys.
You know, I looked at you and I thought, he's a Southern Baptist.
Yes, ma'am.
I knew it.
How'd you know that?
He's just a good boy. I could tell after I talked to him for 2 seconds.
All in your raisins.
It is. It shows.
I got
You got-
cornflakes in my raisins.
You got about as many whippings as I did. I know you did. I know you did. I like that song, All the Beer in Alabama.
Thank you.
Are y'all surprised I like that song? It's the first time I've ever heard a song about all the beer somewhere, and it all turns out good.
Yeah.
That's why I knew it was Southern Baptist. What you doing?
Standing here trying to make sense of some of this.
Well, you know, I just randomly have thoughts, and I get excited, and I just have to say it.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I do
You
understand.
do know Branson got a Dave on the way to Branson? No.
Dave got a ticket on the way
to home from Branson. Yeah.
I heard that, but I had not heard anything else about it.
I know. He keeps it quiet. I'm telling everybody.
Does that mean that?
He laughed at you all the time because you
Oh,
got
that's
tickets.
right.
Well, the thing is that we get this text. Dave just got a ticket, and then total silence.
He,
Nothing.
It wasn't funny.
Not near as funny as
I
when
said-
Larry gets one.
No, man, we were all over the place.
I said, they're laughing at you right now. He got ticked. Police walks up to the window and says, identify yourself, sir. My husband pulls the mirror down and goes, yep, that's me. You know, I took my granddaughter over the other day to get her license. She got 8 out of 10. 2 guys jumped out of the way. But there was a kid there, and he looked at me and he said, you know, they ought to make all you old people retake that test. I said, well, let me tell you something, buddy. I'll retake that test when you retake the turn off your phone and pay attention test.
You're hot today, aren't you?
I told my grandkids, well, the people are just running into everybody. You walk by them, and you walk by them. You drive by them, and they're texting with one hand and driving with the other. I
That's
told
right.
my grandkids, I said,
Luann won't let me do that.
well, I'm glad she doesn't. Because you might end up in another back brace.
Could very well.
I told my kids, my grandkids, I said, you keep your eyes on the road and your head out of your apps.
I didn't know where that was going.
There's your song title, buddy.
I'm gonna write that tomorrow.
I did that one for Larry because I knew he was going to start sweating there for a minute. But speaking of that,
Yes.
my nephew has an appliance store, and I had bought a new dryer, and he was going to bring it over, and he called me and said his truck had broke down, his delivery truck had broke down, and so I told him, that's fine, no problem. But this other woman had called him and said she was mad, and she was canceling her washer because she said, you just take that, and she told him what he could do with the washer. And so he said, well, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I can't do that because I've already got a microwave and a vacuum cleaner up there.
That 55-inch
crowded.
TV hurt, too.
It did. He ain't never going to be the same. But anyway, I'm going to put the sign up.
What's he going to
The
say?
sign's going to say, if you want to know how rich you are, count all the things that you can't buy. Does that get it?
Not all the things that
If you want to know how rich you are, count all the things you have that money can't buy. That's it.
That's a total different reading on that.
I told her to take her medicine earlier, so it'd be kicked in by the time she got here.
I was late. Whew. And it's hot in here, too.
I can't get over her husband being named Dave. What's the deal with that?
I was
I
screwing
thought it
that
was
up on
Homer.
purpose.
Oh, it was Homer Dave.
Homer Dave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Homer.
that's right. I did do that, didn't I? Dang, that's
Yeah,
number
Homer
4.
Dave Brown. That's. I remember
Y'all,
now.
Michelle's hot. Y'all turn this down.
Is this out?
Yes, sir, it's out. Tell everybody to go get one now.
Where I'm Coming From. Where can they get it?
ShaneOwensCountry.com.
Where I'm Coming From is the title of it. Hit me with another song.
He wears the same suit every Sunday, but she's not there to straighten his tie. And he'll be back in the fields come Monday, where he spent most of his life. But we thought he came 'cause she made him. At least that's what we used to say. But now he's there every time the doors open, so he could see her again someday. He stands up and he sings Rock of Ages. He fumbles to find her song, and he feels her turning the pages like she was right there reading along. And he puts his tithes in the offering. Somewhere in his heart she's not gone, 'cause that old man still worships God and the ground she walked on. His son wants to move him to Phoenix, and the bank says they'll buy back the home. But he says he doesn't need it, 'cause he'd never leave her alone. He stands up and he sings Rock of Ages. He fumbles to find her song, and he feels her turning the pages like she was right there reading along. And he puts his tithes in the offering. Somewhere in his heart she's not gone, 'cause that old man still worships God and the ground she walked on. Yeah, that old man still worships God and the ground she walked on.
Excellent. Shane Owens.
Very nice.
Shane Owens, the current CD, Where I'm Coming From. Get us out of here.
All right, we've got more music on the way right here at Larry's Country Diner. Don't go anywhere. That was a beautiful song.
Thank you, sir.
Love that. We'll be back. And welcome back to Larry's Country Diners. Don't forget our special today. Shane Owens, keep it country chicken and dumplings with green beans and iced tea. Oh, it's good. Here's Larry.
Shane Owens is a special guest, and it's Shane. What's your... Oh, ShaneOwensCountry.com.
That's right.
You sing very well.
Well, thank you, sir.
Like I'm supposed to say that. No, I mean, it's nice to be able to say that and then hear it coming out the other end of the radio. Will this get some airplay?
We're getting quite a bit of airplay with all the beer in Alabama now, so we've really been blessed.
Is that because of the CDX stuff?
That's because of Joe Kelly back there. That's right.
They have. We were talking on one of the shows with Rhonda Vincent about will country play certain things, and I think we all bemoan the fact that every town doesn't have a country radio station anymore. However, Joe, you were telling me you've got how many stations?
There's 1,750 full-time country radio stations, with 300 of them identified as classic country.
And when you put out a CDX, that's a DVD, a CD.
It's a CD.
That
every 21 days, it contains all the new singles on it for that 21-day period. And we service that out to every country radio station in America and 300 other stations who country music makes up some portion of their broadcast week.
Right. Very good. I remember when Charlie Douglas.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And who would Paul?
Paul Lovelace.
Mm-hmm. Paul Lovelace. Boy, that goes way back in my brain. But I remember when they started that.
Very innovative at the time.
Yeah, it was. It was. But it was also a great way for stations to get access to product that they may not get delivered to them.
We had radio stations that told us before CDX that they were recording the new songs off of the big city station 100 miles down the road. And sometimes they might miss the first few bars because the announcer was still talking.
I love it. What is Shane Owens on one of those CDX?
Yes, sir. He sure is.
Notice how I slid that in there?
I appreciate that.
Larry's like that. Sneaky.
Give us another song.
You ought to set this one up, Shane. Tell them a little bit about this tune.
Well, this song was actually recorded first in 1971 by Miss Linda Hargrove. So I think this song is fine for what we're doing today, and it's our on the album. It's our signature song, I think, to let everybody know how we feel about what's going on here.
Good.
To put it nicely.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I was appalled when I went to the bar and I saw you all with your mask on, and I was deceived because I really believed in all the things we built the past on. Are they not lies? Have the diamonds in your eyes blinded you so you no longer see? Nashville, you ain't Hollywood. Whatever made you hope you would be, get your feet back on the ground. You're still a country town. Well, that California tide, it will take you for a ride, and it will take your pride and try to use it. And when they water down all the truth that we had found, they have the gall to call it country music. But the truth will still be heard. There's no way to hide the word. Somewhere there is someone they can't buy. Nashville, you ain't Hollywood. Whatever made you hope you would be, get your feet back on the ground. You're still a country town. Next year I wanna see some soul. This year you show me all you go. We'll give out your awards, but the ultimate reward comes from a higher hand than yours. Nashville, you you hope you would be. Get your feet back on the ground. You're still a country. Nashville, you ain't Hollywood. Whatever made you hope you would be. Get your feet back on the ground. 'Cause you're still a country town. A country town.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Good words in that song.
Can you believe that was written in 1971?
1971?
Yeah.
Wow.
So apparently somebody thought Nashville was already kind of going off track.
Yeah, right.
Way back that far.
And it,
He played on that record, by the way.
I did.
did you really?
Linda Hargrove, yes.
Were you 19 then?
Pretty close.
Yeah. The first time around it got it, huh?
Yeah. Now I'm playing it again.
That's right.
He said
Shane, who
that
are
would
some
make
of
him
your
on the backside
who are
of
some of
30.
your influences? I see a lot going on with you.
Wait a minute, Keith. We were talking about me.
I want to talk about me.
What he meant to say was, he's on the backside of 30.
Yeah.
I grew up
My
listening to,
needs.
I grew up singing gospel music in church.
Ah.
And I love country music, great passion for country music. Jones, Haggard, Keith Whitley, Randy
Yeah.
Travis, of course, John Anderson,
Yeah.
George Jones.
Sure.
George Jones.
Yeah.
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 That is cool. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
I hope this project really takes off for you. Been long enough, huh?
It's been quite a while. we've got to hurry.
Sometimes you just got to hang in there.
Yeah.
Father Time is ticking, yes.
Get us out of here for a moment.
All right, we're going to be right back with more Larry's Country Diner in just a moment. Just a moment. We'll be back, I promise.
Good stuff.
Welcome back to Larry's Country Diner. So good to have you here. Renee, I was just wondering, you and Chai, I read just recently the average career waitress makes $20 to $30 an hour with tips. How are you doing in that range, huh?
Not that good.
Is it a tip problem or an employer problem?
No, the owner has nothing to do with tips.
Oh,
It's
So
the
you know
quality
it's
of the waitress.
So now you know it's the owner.
yeah, because that smiling face has got to get a lot of tips. I got a
You
tip
know what?
for you.
I got a tip for
I
you.
get
Yeah.
Sam, when Sam Bam works with me, he gets tons of tips.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Sucker walked out of here with a ton of money
I
last
know,
time.
and I said, you
Wow.
have to share. No.
It's not a sharing tip situation. Oh, by the way, there's Larry.
Oh,
We were
got
coming
it.
back from break.
Woman woke up laying in bed. Her husband's gone. She goes, where is he? That day was going to be their 20th wedding anniversary. So she gets up, she walks down to the kitchen, looks in the kitchen, he's not there, looks out on the deck. He's out there with a cup of coffee. She walks out and she said, honey, what are you thinking? He said, you know, we'll be married 20 years today. She said, yeah, that's right. She said, do you remember? He said, do you remember when we were, your father caught us parking out in front of the house? And she gets a little tear in her eyes that he would remember that. And she said, yeah, I do. He said, remember when he put that shotgun in my face and said, if you don't marry her, I'm going to have you put in jail for 20 years? She said, yeah, I remember that. He said, I'd have been out tomorrow.
Oh, that's cruel. Wow. Now, as soon as the swelling goes down.
Shane, give us another song.
We're going to do this song for you.
All right.
Well, it was morning when I left Alabama. It must have been around mid-July. And I got behind a chicken truck from Georgia. and the feathers were falling like snow out of the sky. I couldn't get up to speed enough to pass him, and a funny smell was getting close to me. And something keeps on messing up my windshield, and the further I go, the harder it gets to see. That's right, singing. Now chicken truck, behind it I'm stuck. Chicken truck, it's just my luck. Chicken truck, on Highway 65. Well, the hens are squawking and the roosters are crowing. He's a slowing me down, but I need to keep going. Chicken truck, on Highway 65. Oh, play me some guitar. Now he slowed down, I finally got around him, on a big long hill just south of Tennessee. He had a box of Colonel Sanders on the dashboard. He was eating fried chicken and throwing them bones on me, yeah. Now chicken truck, behind it I'm stuck. Chicken truck, it's just my luck. Chicken truck, on Highway 65. Well, the hens are squawking and the roosters all crowing. He's a slowing me down, but I need to keep going. Chicken truck, on Highway 65. You don't want them Springer Mountain Farm chicken trucks, that's what I'm talking about. Put the pedal down, son. And we love that chicken down there in Alabama, baby.
Yeah! Chicken truck.
All right, that's Shane Owens. Thank you. Get us out of here.
Oh, there goes that chicken truck now. Larry's Country Diner, thank you all for joining us. We need one more thing, Larry's Country Diner, where the cameras are always rolling and we don't care. Very good.
Hey, if you like that one, you're going to love this one. Or this one.